Hello, today we're going to do some brakes, front brakes on a 2010 Hyundai Sonata. I noticed there was nothing else on there posted, so all you're going to need is a 14mm socket, 17mm socket. You may or may not need a small hammer. This is the brake lubricant, stops your noises, your squeaks. You'll see how we use this. Piece of soft wire or string. A C-clamp. I've got a wire brush for cleaning, and that's about it. I'm going to show you the bolts we have to remove here in a minute. We've got this one, we've got one buried back here. Let's see, I hope you can see it right there. Then you've got a tricky one buried back here behind this brake line on the back side of the caliper. Bam, in the back of that arm. This arm here, follow it down, and there's going to be a bolt buried right back in there. I think you can probably see it. That one's the only tricky one. I'll hand it back to my videographer, and we'll get started. First, I loosen these on both sides. Those came out real easy. I had no problems. The other two, however, were pretty tight on the back side, or on the driver's side. That wasn't bad. That one's a little rusty. We'll clean them up before we put them back on. And this one. I mean, you don't have a lot of clearance getting past that brake line. And they don't use much brake line either. Yeah, that was pretty tight. I'll give it a couple taps. There we go. Broke it loose. I'll get that wrench out of the way. Alright, we're loose. I hope. Yeah. Like I said, that was tricky to get in and out. That's pretty rusty too. Wiggle this a little bit. Get the caliper loose. This is where your wire comes into play. You want to hang this up and out of your way. Come over here, Dave. See how short that brake line is there? You don't have hardly nothing. So you don't have any play. If you let this dangle, you're not going to have anything. Like I said, it's a short brake line. You don't want that to dangle, this caliper to dangle and damage that, split it, loosen anything. So I'm going to put that through there, up to the top of this strut. And just wire it up and out of the way so that there's no pressure on that line. There, easiest thing you ever had to do. There, simple. That's off. As you can see, our pads are dirt, done. These are the factory original pads, by the way. I'm going to pop them out. As you can see, after I get them both out, if you have any issues identifying which is which, and you don't pay attention to what you're doing. The one has the squeaker. This tells you when your pads are bad. It's going to rub against that rotor, make a squeaking noise. That tells you it's time to replace them. Here's our new ones. They're just Duralast brake pads. These have a lifetime warranty. I buy the cheap ones because it'll be the last pair I have to buy. Keep your receipt, register them when you buy them at AutoZone, and when they're wore out, bring them back. They'll give you a new pair. Here's where my wire brush comes in. Oh, look at that. There's a little stone in there. Clean these up. Get any debris, surface rust, anything out of your way. Same with this side. See all that dust coming out of there? It's pretty filthy. I mean, I guess this isn't 100% necessary. Unless you're just lazy, you'll do it though. Get our lubricant. There's only a few contact points on here. One here. One here. One here. Get the bottom a little bit. This one package is enough to do both sides if you don't get carried away. Spread it around a little bit. And that stops your metal on metal noises. Alright, I had a rag. I'll be right back. Oh, there it is, Dave. Alright, now we're going to put our new shoes on. I'm going to put the back one on first. There again, very simple. Oh, almost put it in upside down. That would have been genius. Just pull that out of your way. I want to get them rather evenly. Oh, bugger. There we go. Oh, lost it. Got it. Try and get them all the way open. All the way as close to the edges as you can. You're going to need that space in the middle. Get it back over your rotor. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. This is on the back side of the factory installed pads. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary, but I'm going to put it on there anyway. It simply clips on there over these two studs. Voila. Now I like to put a little bit of this lube on the back side of this as well. I don't know if it does any good, but it's metal on metal, so it might cause a little squeaking at some point. Who knows? Like I said, you have plenty here. Okay. Front side, same deal. Oh, we'll go that one first. It's going to give me trouble. Oh, now I knocked the other one off. There we go. All set. Open them puppies up without knocking them off. Looks good. Clips are in place, nicely lubed up. Alright. Slide this assembly back on over your rotor. Like I said, you got plenty of room now that you got them all the way open. And you can put these bolts in right now. Well, let's hold on. That'll stay there. Take that washer off. I'm going to clean them up a little bit, get some of that rust off there. Rust is your enemy when it comes to nuts and bolts. A little bit of this won't hurt either. That's not your standard grease. If I had a tub of grease out here with me, I'd just slop a little bit of grease on that shank of that bolt. This will work. Just to keep the moisture away from it for a little bit. I'm going to wiggle this around. You should be able to do it by hand. That's how you can get it started. Alright. Always clean your bolts and your nuts. That got a giggle out of Dave. Here's my other one, a little bit of rust. This also serves to clean the threads out in case you got some junk in there for ease of installation. A little bit of goop. Try to keep it out of the threads. Just put it on that shank. That'll create a little bit of a moisture barrier. Now this one's a tricky one behind this arm again, but just guide it in there. I know you can't see it, but neither can I. Wiggle that around until you feel the hole. Get a couple of twists on it, and then we'll put our socket on it. For this, you're going to want to move this back out of your way again. There we go. We got it started. And put the wrench on it. Oh. Almost there. Now I don't tighten them right down. I got that one snug. Now I'll go to my bottom one. Whether it's a tire or any component to your automobile, I like to tighten them evenly. There, we're snug. Give that one a good tightening. Give this one a good one. That way you know that you're not tightening one side and then stressing the other tab. Tight. Tight. Alright. Now, our C-clamp. Take your old brake pad. Throw it on there. You can use a block of wood too if you choose. Hold them in place. You want to compress this cylinder so you have plenty of room to work with. They don't give you a lot of room on the back side of this. That little short brake line I was talking about is dead center in the back of this housing. But there you go. You see what I'm doing here. Start giving it a few turns and you'll collapse that cylinder out of your way. This is another reason I hang it, so I ain't got to try and hold everything and do this. Alright, there it goes. Simple, easy. Sorry about that, we ran out of recording space, deleted a little stuff, and now we're back in business. Take your wire loose. Use a soft wire so you can do that rather quickly. Like I said, you want to get this done kind of fast. You pinch these in, get them snug against that rotor, and you should be able to weasel that right on there. Alright. You also want to check these, make sure they're moving smooth. As you can see, they're sliding. If not, use some of that goop. You pull these off, pull that right out, pull these boots off. There's a sleeve in there. You can put a little grease on there and reinstall. They should move pretty freely, like this. Watch. They should move nice. Alright, that's back on. $14 mil. There again, evenly. Snug. Snug. Put a little bit of oomph into it. And we're done. Now, another thing I want to point out, this is the factory jack. Came with the car, works perfect, but always, always use a jack stand. As you can see here, I've got it supported in 2 spots. Always do that. I had a car fall on me once, came off a jack. You don't want that to happen. That was when I was much younger, I've learned. And the back tires are blocked. Put your tire back on and you're back on the road, new brakes. Saves yourself enough for, I don't know, at least a half a tank of gas, or take your girl out for dinner or whatever. Thanks, hope it helps.
Don't forget to subscribe.